We got Uruguay versus Belgium going on. It's on Paramount Plus. But Uruguay, Belgium, man, just over women like went to extra time. The Argentinian women just got by in like extra time. But man, this is sevens two, so it's like the second tier of the sevens, the World Series. And the USA men, I think we have Kenya in the next match here. But yeah, we got Uruguay is up 7-0 on Belgium. So let's go. I'm gonna talk some technical stuff with sevens. I've gotten another whiteboard, so we'll see if we can do more than we've done in the past, even from a technical perspective. And sevens being relatively simple, I feel like I can break it down quite well. But we'll see how we go. If you're here, thanks for being here. Okay, what do we got? We got a scrum right now. It is at 3:24 in the first half, and we just had Uruguay had a knock on, so day watching the baby on the monitor while she's got nap time. So we'll see how long this is allowed by the young one. My wife is actually off playing rugby in Nashville, so Nash Bash. Some of you may have heard of that at some point. Great social rugby tournament in the spring in Nashville, Tennessee. So baby mom, my wife, she is playing rugby today. I'm not even sure what the name of the team she's playing with, to be fair. But here we go. We got a breakaway from Uruguay. Bit of an offload. Looks like absolutely like insane, horrible conditions, like really wet. The players are feet. You can see them splashing all over the place. It's very challenging conditions, it looks like, for sevens, but let's see what we can do anyway. USA Kenya is going to be a good match. You think that was a forward pass, I think. Oh, no, sir allowed it. You think USA versus would be a good two teams that had been very much in the seven series, the old World Series of sevens, until it got contracted here recently. So I'm really looking forward to this. This is big. This is the USA men's first game of the tournament. The USA women are still good enough where they're in the main comp, so they're out, but we will see. But yeah, this is Montevideo, Uruguay. We got Uruguay versus the home team versus Belgium right now. There's 1:40 left in the first half. Good simple lineup by Uruguay, but man, that ball, you can just see it's an absolute mess. Like ball on the deck all over the place. Dummy and go from the scrum half for Uruguay. They're attacking off the right sideline here. Oh, we had a Belgian player offsides. I'm interested to see if this. Okay, good tap and go by Uruguay. Good tap and go. I think he's got a fend. See if the Belgian can work down to his feet. No, great fend. It looks like Uruguay is going to get the first try here, kind of in the right corner. That's big. Well done. What's up? Hi. All right. Yeah, no, that was again, you get bad conditions like this. The last thing these teams want to do is chop all the way across the field. Like basically as few passes as they can make as possible. I would say it's kind of going to be the goal here this weekend. Like oversimplify. I would say sevens as it's become higher profile and become Olympic, I would say you see actually less dynamism oftentimes on a lot of sides of it. The defenses, you see more blitz defensing in sevens, I feel like, than you used to. Everything sevens was always like this inside out drift defense. And I would say now you're seeing a lot more aggressive blitz defense where these defenses are looking to create havoc or really create miscues from the attacking. And as a result, from my opinion, sevens has become more direct. Not necessarily a bad thing. All right, so we got Uruguay up 12-0, and the first half is getting close. Belgium wins the restart. They got, 5 seconds left on the first half clock. So Belgium with the ball, going to look to try and get something going here before half. I'd say on paper, Uruguay is just the better team. Really nifty offload from the Belgian player off the right sideline. On paper, Uruguay is a better team. They not always, but regularly qualify for the 15s World Cup. Belgium, just a tiny nation. I will say, interesting personal story on Belgium. 2 summers ago, coaching the USA All-Americans in France, and we played the Belgian. I'm not sure if it was, I think it was their U23, I'm sorry, national team, but very high. Oh, nifty. Okay, so Belgium tried a little kick through. It's like it goes like bang, bang, back and forth, but then it pops up to the player. This is going to be interesting. It looks like Belgium gets a try before half. That was weird how that happened. Very weird how that happened. But yeah, so I've coached against the Belgian national team in 15s, at least the age grade one. And there's a lot of skill actually there. You think a small European country. What's up, Alexander Ramirez? So Belgium gets a centered try basically a minute into stoppage time in the first half. I got to watch this replay. This is so the number 4. Yeah, he goes. The camera doesn't even really catch it because they're looking to follow. What's up, Nathan Goated? The camera is like looking to follow the kick, and it like bounces back and like the winger. So it's like the second from the outside. I think it's number 4 goes to kick it, and he goes. And I think the Uruguay player just got a toe on it. It got charged down in a weird way, and it bounces right back up to the Belgian winger who takes it and ends up right under the sticks for it. So college sevens, Brad Dufek. Which ones what tournament you want to talk? Give me some angles, give me some teams to talk about, Brad. It's halftime. When the action's on, the action's on, but I'm gonna eat some of my bacon. It's no coincidence I wanted to write the conveying the message is a virtuous act. Man, watching rugby, eating bacon. What a good little Saturday. Yeah, we got a bunch of qualification coming up for the CRC, the Collegiate Rugby Champ. Kansas City, big one. My former team, Iowa Central, is going to be there. We call it City Sevens. City Sevens, Richmond D3. I can't say I know that one as much. Personally speaking from experience, City Sevens, very well done tournament. Not sure if it's at the same when last time I was there, the complex down where the Kansas City Current, the women's professional soccer team plays. Fantastic facility, really well-run tournament. All on the NCR app, Sandman at Virginia Tech. Okay. Yeah, man. Brad, you're spamming this up. But yes, people, you can go on the NCR app and you can get all the information on sevens. They do a great interface for member services. You can draw a contrast perhaps with other potential rugby administrative bodies. But yeah, they do a great job. If you want to follow, especially once it comes to CRC time, which is just over a month away in Maryland. I mean, it's a phenomenal. The broadcast is professional. All right, so we got second half kickoffs. We'll get back at professional broadcast, and it's really it's easy to keep up with on the platform they use. And if you check Facebook, Instagram, like the amount of high quality content, highlights, and creating stories out of the players and the teams, it's really fantastic. I really can't say enough about NCR and what they're doing with the vast majority of American college rugby. All right, so Uruguay, good kick through. If this sits up, no, it doesn't quite sit up. He has to put a second toe to it. Oh, nope. And now he's screwed. Now, back and forth. Great offload. Knock. That was if you get this, if you get a chance to watch this first run of play from Uruguay in the second half, this is it's brilliant. Kick through. Doesn't really sit up. The next player has to nudge it. It's a mess, so it's wet, so the ball's not bouncing well. The Belgian player loses it. The Uruguayan player picks it up, makes a great offload. The next Uruguayan player goes, knocks it on. The Belgian makes a great offload. Like, wow, what a first minute of the second half. Holy shnikes. Woo! This is good stuff. Yeah, so if you happen to be from somewhere else in the world and you've not been on one of these, I'm an American rugby coach, mostly college. Do it part-time now, but for most of the last decade, did it full-time. I've really enjoyed it. Had a family, moved back to Wisconsin, having a great time. Kind of making content, some of it silly, some of it informative, and I've started doing some live streaming of commentary. Oh, nice vertical switch from the Belgians. Really well snuffed out by the Argentinians. So that's definitely something I want to talk about on this broadcast, is what I would call a vertical switch. A lot of people, when they think switch, they just think it's thought of as just a crossing thing. In actuality, especially in sevens, I find like a vertical switch where you switch and then change back directions the way you came is actually very, very effective. Something I've coached a lot. So we are 4 minutes and 50 seconds into the second half. Uruguay 12, Belgium 7. Again, this is on Paramount Plus if you want to watch this yourself. But let's talk about that vertical switch I'm talking about here. So most people think when they think of switch in rugby, they're looking at like, okay, here's a ball carrier. Here's this guy. We're just going to cross. All right. These defenders, they got to talk that out. They got to figure out, okay, who's gonna swap that, whatever. when I say, oh, hold on, Uruguay on the march, they're inside the 22. When I'm talking about a vertical switch, and it allows for a really good change of direction after this switch occurs. So in this vertical switch situation, what you got, ball carrier, and especially in sevens, I like this guy to take a little more horizontal space. So we talk vertical space, we talk horizontal space. I like this guy to take a little bit more horizontal space because he's saving the space for this guy to then make a move and use footwork in front of the defense. So we got a double knock on. So scrum to Belgium. Belgium's hanging around this game pretty nicely. In this vertical switch, he's going to be a little bit more of a drag, a little more horizontal space. And this guy's going to show this change of direction really good here. And we're going to make this pass like really early. So think about this. These defenders, at some point, if I'm the defender here, all right, I start here with my hips and shoulders, and then I see this switch coming, and maybe my hips and shoulders, and this guy probably his hips and shoulders go this way because he thinks he's going to have to take this guy if he keeps it. All right, so hips and shoulders have switched, and now we make this switch a little bit deep and a little early, and then instead of that just crossing, Uruguay, they're on the great offload. I think they're going to get it. Yep, Uruguay under the sticks, 255, and then this switch happens, and then he beats him back to here. All right, so rather than this crossing switch like this, which a lot of times we think about, and that's not that that's ineffective or never useful, all right, but in particular in sevens, but even in 15s in certain scenarios, really the most space on the field is right behind this defender's back. So like right here is the spot where the most space is. So in this case, we're looking to show with this what I call a vertical switch, and then like a vertical and then a change of direction. All right. So it's interesting because I talk horizontal space with the initial ball carrier, but then the switch itself comes very much vertical, and then we have a change of direction. All right. It's not just this like cross at a 45. The ball carrier is pretty horizontal and draggy with this, and then he gives it early. And then again, think of what this is going to do to the hips and shoulders. So this defender's got this offensive player. This defender's got this offensive player. They see them switching. All right, hope they're probably pressing up, probably going to pinch in like this, or if they even if they don't, what's the other alternative? All right, he's got the other alternative is okay. No, he's going to drag. He's faster than me. All right, he's faster than me, so I'm going to go outside. So I got to keep like this, and then be ready to turn hips and shoulders to the outside like that. Same thing here, even. All right, what's probably going to happen is sees this switch coming. All right. I maybe I need. Maybe I want to pinch in here. Okay, even in that case. So even with these various different things that how we've turned the defense, if this player catches the ball with enough time to make a read and use good footwork, still, where's the most space? Most space is right behind this defender's shoulder. So just an interesting thing. I call it a vertical switch. I think it's highly effective in sevens, especially if you can do it early enough to where you can then look to play the next player. Because then the next build on from this, all right, so the next build on from this would be this player takes that kind of horizontal space. They give this pass early, and then they immediately put themselves in a position to receive another pass. And now all of a sudden, let's say this defender plays it perfectly. Let's say he plays it perfectly. All right. And then he pinches. All right. He pinches on there. We've just drawn. And now we just go another pass. It goes back to the same guy. All right. That second pass can only happen if we've got enough space, if this switch happens early enough. But this is what I call a vertical switch. I think it's got a lot of optionality, especially in sevens. Consider adding it to your repertoire if you're not familiar with it. Also, I feel like at sevens, at the international level, like I said, you're seeing a lot more directness, pick and goes, little hit ups, but these switches where they go switch and then they change directions, or it's like switch and then they come right off that hip. A switch isn't just this. We always think of, I think less experienced players. Uruguay's got this game in hand at this point. All right, I think we're just about into stoppage time. Belgium's Uruguay put it on them in the last couple minutes while I was explaining that concept, couple of tries. I think beginner players think switch X, crossing. All right. The angles. We can do a lot of stuff with angles here. This switch can, or the ball carrier can be very vertical, and then this player can take a sharp angle out of it. There's a lot more to a switch than just like we're crossing at 45-degree angles. That's relatively easy to defend if the defense just talks it out. All right, you start adding different angles, and one angle's sharp and one angle's a little bit softer, and then there's an angle change. A lot more going on right there. A lot more going on there. Oh, Belgium, I think, with a knock on right there. That's gonna nope. Yep. And Uruguay kicks it into touch. All right, so I think we're going to be getting to the USA match next. So Uruguay 26, Belgium 7. All right, we're in Montevideo, Uruguay. Big one next. USA versus Kenya. First match of the USA men's tournament right here. So big one. I gotta get a little bacon to fire me up here. Got a huge stack of bacon. Come on, huge stack of bacon. Baby's napping, watching some sevens, breaking some stuff down, having bacon. Oh, I love bacon. It looks wildly wet here. So another thought I have as a rugby coach, play the conditions. All right. Really windy, really wet. Two most common things you see. Really cold. Really cold is very relevant, especially as far as how players dress, what you do at halftime, what you maybe even give, like hot super bone broth. If you're playing in a super cold, wet, rough spot, where anything you can do to warm players up at halftime, something warm in their body, warm them from the inside, but always be looking to play conditions. This looks like extremely challenging conditions to play rugby in. I might stay away from the technical analysis a little bit more in this one, because this is again USA versus Kenya, first match of the tournament for both teams, I believe. This is a big one. I want to lock in and be a fan on this one. I want to lock in and be a big fan. Francisco Gonzalez is the match referee. We had our bacon, having a little more coffee. Oh, yeah. And those of you more recent, you'll notice that Brad Dufek spamming us in the chat right there. Everybody's favorite NCR official. But again, NCR, they do a great job with college rugby, especially sevens. Can't really say enough. All right, restart looking here. I think we got Tomasino out there. USA, okay, they're in the classic. We can speak to this later, but the different setups for kick receive. So they go 3 pods across the front and then just one extra man on the edge. You use, that's great bounce for Kenya. Goes kind of deep with it, and they got a good bounce. Really well done by the U.S. to come up with that ball. So USA are back against their own try line, about 10 meters away. Good first phase. Yeah, I wouldn't expect a massively high scoring game here. Kenya, yeah, USA gets the not releasing penalty. So Kenya just a couple meters out. Yeah, that's going to be Kenya with the first try. Wow. Smart play from the Kenyans to go deep off of this restart, especially in these really challenging conditions, really wet. We're tough to move the ball around. I'd say more than ever. It's a great opportunity. The Kenyan cheering section, they got it going. Kenyan cheering sections are awesome. Probably maybe comparable to Polynesian, like a Fijian or a Samoan or a Tongan cheering section. The Kenyans, man, do they party! They party, and it's fun. If you ever get a chance to go to a rugby like a sevens tournament and be in or near the Kenyan cheering section, they know how to party, and they're organized. They're fun. All right, so great tactical thing. Go deep, bury the USA, make us come 90 meters. Easy enough. They get the turnover. All right, so USA, we get under this one. Mishandle. Same thing, but though we're back like a long ways. Lucas LeCamp, I think, taking it up. And he knocked it on. Yeah. Okay, I thought I was just going to be a fan and stuff, but there's so many little technical and strategic things I'm seeing in this game. LeCamp, as he went into contact, he gets it out. He looked for the offload and then he pulled it back in, but he didn't pull it all the way in. There was still this gap right here. Generates a little knock on it. Now Kenya's got a scrum 20 meters away. So really interesting things here. USA down 0-5. We're 2 minutes in, just past the 5-minute mark. Again, this is streaming on Paramount Plus. Kenya looks like the little scrum half Draw and go. He hits a center on a crash. I think that man lost his feet. Come on, sir. I think USA's got this really good poach there. Really good poach. No, he's just calling it tied up, and now it's a maul. All right. Scores, bro, man. Yeah, we got Kenya is up. Kenya's up 5-0 on USA right now. I've only been on for just a few minutes. The previous game, Uruguay beat Belgium 26-0. And the match before that, which I was just even before I was streaming, but when I started watching, was the honestly phenomenal match. The Argentina women beat the Brazil women in like extra time. So yeah, we got Kenya is up 5-0. Kenyan scrum on the 5. Kenya's tactically has been really smart here. Oh, can we get a stop? Can we get a stop? Yeah. Okay. Big first tackle there. Big first tackle. Oh, is that off of the referee? It looks like the Kenyan's going to be in the right corner. Man, this entire so we're 3 minutes and change into the game. The entire match essentially has been played about within 10 meters of the USA line. Other than a brief spell or out to the 22, but the entire match, other than the restarts, has been within the USA's defending 22. So Kenya's up 10-0 right now. Hey, what's up, Rian Van Wyk? Thanks for being back, man. I saw you subscribe to the Substack. I appreciate that. Oh, man, Kenya. They play this tactically just so smart. I can't overemphasize this. Really brutal conditions in Montevideo, wet. Just you can see the splashes when the players run. It's 10-0 though. Really tough, two tough conversions, both missed. Kenya goes deep off the restart, and then they just pressure the US. The entire match has been played, and to be fair, like Kenya's just been a little bit more precise. Okay, little pick and go. Oh, just off. He's gonna need. Okay, got his ruck support. Let's go. LeCamp plays it down the right sideline. A lot of competition. A lot of competition at the breakdown. I would make sense. You see the breakdown is always tight in sevens, but in particular, you think conditions such as this, the ability to generate the extra mistake or something. Okay, so USA is out making some progress. Oh, that was an interesting one. I never saw the lineups here. But USA is across just right at midfield, basically. Okay, can we get this break? Still? Let's go. I think we got this. I think he's going in under the sticks. Yes. David Still. There we go. That was big. Really good possession from the USA. Managed to retain the ball, moved it a bit in challenging conditions, and finally get the breakaway from midfield, take it in under the sticks. This should be conversion good. What's up, Mr. Peter Kalmau? Yep. Conversion good. So Kenya up 10. Yeah, the initial tackle was wild. He makes an inside step and just goes flying. It was incidental though. He didn't try and hurdle the man, didn't anything. It was just a really interesting, awkward one. Really good, really good bounce back from the USA men. So we got 1:25 left in the first half. Again, I'm watching this on Paramount Plus in the USA, but very similar. Okay, so Kenya goes 2 lifting pods. And then they have one man kind of deep off to the edge, and then the other 2 backside. Okay, we got a penalty on the U.S. Good retreat from the U.S. there. So it looks like they're not releasing, but didn't give up a quick tap. So it looks like Kenya are gonna kick for territory and take a line out here. All right, big fight back from the USA. Can't say enough. That possession was huge. Again, first 4 minutes and change, entirely played within the USA. Within the USA defending 22, mostly within 5-10 meters of the USA line. Really critical that third possession that we got out of our own danger zone, and then we finally kept possession, moved the ball enough to get some points back. Oh, really good shadow from the USA. I think USA, we stole that line out. Yes, wow, that was great defensive work from our line out. Kenya tried some movement and stuff, and just the USA wasn't having it. Really good release there from Lucas LeCamp. So USA on the attack right here. This could be big. We could go from 10-0 down to possibly having a lead into half. There's that vertical switch we just talked about. Orm Beiser. Yes, let's go. And he's going to go in under the sticks. We just drew this up, talked about a vertical switch and like a switch and then a direction change. It's exactly what the USA did just on the edge. And that's going to put us in the lead going into half. What a fight back. Wow. That's huge. Absolutely huge. Simple things done right. Vouching for Kenya, dude. Kenya are legit. I was saying that at the start of the match. They had made great decisions. Like it's wet, it's a mess. They kicked the opening restart right way down, or the opening kickoff right down. Wow, what a good vertical switch that was. And then a nice little fend from Beiser just to make the extra space. They kick it deep, they bury us, they get a penalty. Like the first two possessions, they played it textbook. We were buried. They play good defense, they generate a turnover, and every time you see the Kenyan crowd, like they got their dance going and everything. Like I've been back when USA Sevens was in Vegas, man. I got to hang out. I got a few Kenyan friends, and I hung out for a few hours in the Kenyan section. Oh my goodness, you cannot like the Kenyan fans at a sevens tournament are like off the hook, like absolutely off the hook. The pride they have in their rugby team and how they just have such fun with it. Also, quick shout out to my sister who lives in Nairobi. My sister. She's an international consultant, and she loves it in Nairobi. She's been there for the better part of 10 years, travels around the Middle East and Africa a lot for work, but her home base is Nairobi, and she absolutely loves it. She says it's such a cool city. So much to do, so much interesting going on. You know, Kenya's had some turmoil, but it actually is largely an island of stability there in East Africa. And Nairobi's become a business hub very much for the African continent. So shout out to my sister Holly, miss you. So USA is going to kick this off. We're up 14-10. Huge fight back. You go to Kenya was up 10. Yeah, Kenya. Yeah, Kenyan fans are on fire. They're so much fun. Oh my goodness. I cannot say enough about how much fun Kenyan fans are. So I'm interested. This restart receive formation from Kenya is really interesting. If we get a break in the next game, I might compare these two kick receive formations. I'm always like watching the baby on the monitor because we got a baby down. My wife is playing rugby this weekend, so I'm dad duty the whole weekend solo by myself. So I gotta pick and choose my spots, but I'm hoping naps align pretty well with the sevens tournament. So I might come on live again. We always get another nap in the afternoon. So I might come on live again once but baby is out right now. So I'm going to stick with this tournament until baby wakes up. Okay. So they go to the side. So Thomasine kicks. We're going to be just short. Yeah. Just short on the restart. So Kenya's going to have a free kick at midfield. Really interesting contrast. And so Kenya doubles. They've got like two lifting pods off on the one side. And so then naturally, as I would think, the USA kicks away from that, but doesn't do anything. Gotta go 10. Kenya tries to switch. They switch back. Oh, they're going with the kick chase. I think USA is going to win the race. Just got to make sure we can secure this ruck. Kenya bringing massive pressure here. So USA's got it though. Really good job cleaning that up by the USA. Jack Wendling looks short side and then goes back. Good kick through by the Kenyans. Good look. Really good reaction from the USA to win the race to that ball and then to win that first breakdown. Absolutely massive. Let's see if the USA can play out of this half. I would say whoever scores next probably, they're going to be in the driver's seat and probably, great tackle from the Kenyans. USA is like 2 meters away from their own try line. Great offload though. Here we go. Puts a kick through. Okay. Puts a kick through. We got another kick. This is swinging. It's going to go into touch. Okay, but at least we swung the field on this. If that wouldn't have went out, USA everyone says Cape Town is like, after Hong Kong, everyone says Cape Town's like the best one, especially now that Vegas is gone. I can't speak. I've only been, I went to the Vegas Sevens a few times when it was in the USA. I got to coach the college tournament there. We were in a final, and so we got to play inside the stadium. Again, good pressure on the line out here from USA, but Kenya comes up with it. Okay. The USA, 2 lineouts to Kenya. The first one USA stole. Second one, still good pressure. Kenya puts another kick through. Going to have time to come up with this, but he's a little bit isolated. So he's got 2 kick. Oh, great step. Great footwork from, I'm not sure which USA player that was. That was crazy good footwork. That looked like he was bottled in, did a really good job buying himself time. And then he actually beat the Kenyan player to the edge. Wow, that was big. That looked like he could be in some trouble, isolated. Cummings switches it back, not sure to who. I think we're going to lose that. Okay, yep, not rolling away. So USA's got a penalty here, about 30 and change meters out from the Kenyan line. It looks like we're going to slow play this. Yeah, everyone says that other than Hong Kong, I had tons of friends in Asia, and some of my people in Bangkok, they go to Hong Kong sevens. I got a lot of people in Singapore and Hong Kong as well, and so we got like a ticket connect, and like there's a crew of guys that goes every year to Hong Kong sevens, and I still have not yet myself been able to get there, but I've heard the two everyone says is Hong Kong's the original, and they say Cape Town is just an absolute riot. Yeah, you're spot on that. And even if you just watch the broadcast of Cape Town, like it's what sevens tournaments are supposed to be. Like everyone's having a party. All right, so USA is going to slow. They're taking the tab. They're setting up a play here. Okay, we dummy switch and then we cut. And then we event. Oh, okay. Good work tying up the ball by the Kenyans. Oh, are we going to win that ruck? Nope. Oh, okay. We get another penalty. Interesting play. We got like a little baby breakaway down the right side with it. I think is USA is going to go for the scrum on this one. Okay. All right. I said I think USA scores. I think it's real tough for Kenya to come back. If Kenya can get a steal here, keep the USA out, and they score next, vice versa. Like this is a fun thing about sevens, and especially as sevens has become an Olympic sport and stuff, you see the level of it rise, and like the parity outside of, I would say, the Fijians, the blitz box. I would say you've really got a lot of parity, especially at this level. Once you get outside of that top like 2 to 5 teams, really anyone can beat anyone. And I'm interested. I don't like the new format. I'm with Stephen. Yeah, there USA penalty. Stephen Lewis, I think, has had some good commentary about how he thinks that World Rugby kind of shot themselves in the foot with making the series smaller, and I agree with it. Like I think these little 8-team tournaments, I don't like them as much, but so it goes. So Kenya's going to kick this penalty. Is that going to stay in? That's going to stay in bounds. Oh, he is not going to find touch. So USA player receives it in his own 22. Going to move it left. It doesn't go to hand, but it was backwards. Okay. LeCamp using some footwork. We got advantage, I think, on a knock on to USA here. Gets it to the left winger. That's going to be a high tackle. Yep. Yeah, I got a high tackle. So no, yep, USA should slow play this again. So we got about 2:22 to go in the second half. USA is up 14-10. All right, they're taking their time on every single one of those. Yeah, agree. Like you can't even compare. It was just like pull. Instead, it's like the same eight teams end up playing each other every single week in, week out. If you don't have the bigger tournament, you don't have the chance for that 11-12 team to make the upset. But in sevens, like you're not going to have the 10th best team in the world in 15s beat the Springboks. But in sevens, absolutely. You can have a team put a performance together, force a mistake, execute, do a few little things, ball bounces their way. You can have these upsets, and you can have some of these mid-major teams, some of those with, second-tier rugby nations, you can have them beat the top tier. And I think I really think World Rugby shot themselves in the foot. And generally, I think like trying to save money is not the way to ultimately make money. Like the whole thing was, I think that the tournament was, the way it was bleeding money for them, but like let the tournaments be independent and let the individual venues like Vegas was doing in the US, like Cape Town doing it successfully in South Africa, like let them run their own tournament and make money, and you bring in more fans. Oh, good tie up by Kenya. They tied that up. Yeah, that's going to be a scrum to Kenya. Whoo, this one's coming down to the wire. Man, this has been such a battle. Kenya's really stepped up defensively here in the second half. You can again see conditions are just really, really causing this to be a struggle for the teams. Just a little bit more, a few more handling errors, big defensive pressure. You're seeing big counter rucks coming. Anytime there's change of possession or teams are on the back foot, you're seeing like the massive pressure being applied at the breakdown. Makes sense. You just can't chuck the ball around the way you can on a dry pitch with a dry ball. So Kenya scrum, minute and 20 to go in the second half. Kenya's down by 4, but all you got to do is score a try. Let's see. The other thing I kind of like about sevens is the fact that a scrum, you can actually, like the scrum becomes more of an actual opportunity to turn over possession. At the end, great. Good counter ruck. Thomasine, we're making it messy. Let's go. Do we get this? Oh, Kenyan player picks it up. What's the call? Yes. Got a hands in the ruck penalty. That was Great pressure from Steve Thomasine. And then it's the full commitment from the team. So it's like a 3-man counter ruck, essentially. Thomasine was the second man, slowed it down, made it messy, got the Kenyan player up, and we had the third player commit to the ruck and actually won that possession, made it even messier. The Kenyan player who's in the ruck puts his hands down. USA's, they can slow. Yeah, they're going to take a scrum because they want to I think they're just going to try and take this slow and let the clock win this game for them. 25 seconds to go. So basically win the scrum. There's going to be a tiny bit of ball in play time, I think. We got crouch. Yeah, so we're going to have about 10 seconds of ball in play time. So we still got to win this scrum. Still need to keep the ball for 1, maybe 2 phases. Oh, he's going to reset this? What's the call? What's the call, sir? What's the call, sir? Well, he's talking. I think he's talking about the hookers. Okay, he's talking to the hookers here. So this is, what do we got? Are we into stop? I think he stopped the clock. Still, I think USA basically this is win the scrum, kick it out, and I think this match is over. The clock I've got on my feed says, yeah, it's going to be zeros by the time he feeds the scrum. Yeah, we're into stoppage time. We got to win this scrum. Really good low scrum by the USA. Full battle for. Whew, and USA escapes. Let's go. Wow, that's a big win for the Eagles. That's a big win. Great fight from the Kenyans. What a match. What a match. Huge win. It shows, again, the importance of centered tries and making conversions. So Kenya gets the 2 early, but they're on the edges. It's an even tougher conversion than normal because of the wet conditions. USA, we get both of our tries between the sticks. Easy, knock it through for the conversion. 2 tries to 2 tries. Is that Danny Barrett there up in the stands? I think he got Danny Barrett is up in the stands in the USA section singing. So, wow, that's a huge, huge win for the USA. So we got Germany, Canada coming up next. I think they're behind because of that Brazil versus Argentina women's match that took a while and went way into extra time. So I think they're just going bang, bang, bang. This is going to be really rapid fire, I would imagine, to see if they can get this thing back on schedule. But Canada versus Germany. All right. Interesting. Germany's look good. Germany beat the USA, I know, in one of the games in the previous tournament. A lot going on. German rugby is definitely on the rise. I've had a couple of different guy I played with who he'd previously lived in Bangkok. Then he moved to Germany and was teaching there, who ran a club there. I had a player I coached at the Midwest Barbarians, who went and studied abroad in Germany, and I referred him to a club there as well. German rugby is definitely headed in the right direction. I could probably let off the gas a little because I'm really interested in these restart receive formations that you're seeing these teams do, because it's been a big time evolving thing in sevens. You've seen the how teams set up to receive restarts has changed pretty dramatically over the last, call it 5 to 10 years. Oh, great carry. So Canada takes a restart and he just runs over the German dude. Yeah, a lot of kicking and chasing. Makes sense. It's more of a territory battle than you would normally think in sevens. Oh, and I think is he going to kick it out the back? Oh, just too heavy of a foot from the Canadian. So the Canadian player won the race, but it was close enough that he tried to nudge that a second time, and he just kicks that too hard, and that goes out the back of the try zone. So put on a show in Nairobi. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, no, the USA, I think it's all you got to do is all you have to do is finish top 4, and then they end up in the bigger tournament for the last 2 events. So I don't think Kenya has anything to hang their head on. I'm pretty much, when they're not playing the USA, I'm a Kenya fan myself, because I just love the way the energy their fans bring, and just the way you can see the full commitment to what they're doing by the team as well. Good line out from Canada. So yeah, I'm going to compare. I'll pull this up on the whiteboard briefly. Just the contrast between just the different kick receive setups I've seen from 3 different teams. Oh, great little out the back offload. I think, is this Canadian going to win this race? I think it's going to be close. He's got nope. German nipping at his heels, didn't quite get it. So Canada's going to get that first try. So I'm going to draw up these first couple. So what we're seeing from USA from a kick receive in the first half. Again, vertical switch, look into it. That second US try, they ran like a perf textbook vertical switch within like a little change of direction afterwards. It'd be a thing to look. It seems like the man, that was a really good offload. So let's say I'm just going to draw the kind of the receive team here. Let's say the kick is coming in this direction. So it's going to be coming this way. So what you're seeing from USA was like 3 lifting pods across, and then they had 1 on the edge. All right. So that's how they were doing their 7. Kenya was going 2 pods to one side, and then they were going 3, and then they had this other guy at like second level. I feel like I saw him in both of these positions. All right. And then if you looked at Canada, they looked like they were in a position from where, we're just outside of the screen there. Canada, they make the conversion, so they're up 7-0. Now they got a scrum in the German 22 as well. Canada didn't have any like preset pods. It looked like they were in a position to where they could, like they were close enough, but they were like a little bit second level with it. And then same thing, they had kind of this extra floater man kind of on an edge right here. A lot of times what I thought, maybe 5-6 years ago, you started to see the Fijians would do where they'd go 3 pods up front, like basically even spaced across the field. And then they'd have like their one floater would be somewhere in this area. And really, I would say that the biggest key on these 7 restarts when you're receiving them is going to be the reaction to what happens with that restart, with the restart. It's all about reacting to, because at some point, ideally as late as possible, if you're the kicking team, you're going to show which way he's going. His body language is going to show he's going to open up. Well, Canada goes wide over the top. They're knocking on the door, but Germany's defending this really, really bravely. Canada's like 5 meters out, I think. Oh, good inside ball. That's going to be second try from Canada. The biggest key is the reaction to this. So let's say, and a good kicker and a good kicking team, they're going to disguise that till the absolute last second. All right. But as soon as he definitively turns one way and goes to drop the ball, you know where the ball's going. So let's say at the last second, he shows he's going to kick here. These guys got a break. Getting this third man around here, absolutely, absolutely massively critical. You've got to assume, even at this international level, these little one-man lifting pods, this gets mishandled a lot. I always coach my guys in 7s. Like I'll use lifting pods. I oftentimes use like a pod each way, and then the 3 split the rest of the field. But you've got to assume that this is going to go over or they're going to mishandle it. And so and if nothing else, let's say this goes perfectly and they receive this. So Canada 14-0 on Germany. There's about 2 minutes and change left in the first half. You're going to need the third player there at the breakdown anyways. So making sure that the reaction and the break, as soon as that kicker shows like where he's going with this, that reaction and the break, and then that ability to be there for first phase and then to play off of that first ruck, absolutely massive. If you don't react quickly to what the kicker shows you, you're going to end up under pressure. Even if you handle it well, you're going to end up under pressure at that first breakdown, and or you're not going to be in a good attacking position to attack off of that first breakdown. So I think that it's been really interesting to watch the evolution in kick receive strategy for teams as 7s gets better. And you continue, hopefully it stays in the Olympics and such. You see teams evolve how they think about these things. And like I said, I think you're seeing a lot more aggressive defense. You're also seeing more direct attacking play. So scrum to Canada here. We've got 1:05 left in the first half. The Canadians are up 14-0. You'd think they just want to, of course, they're kicking down. Another kick chase. Yeah, a lot of kicking going on in this tournament right now. A lot of kicking. Whew. Need some more coffee. All right, let's see Germany. Let's see if Germany can make something happen here. If I were Canada, I might not. I don't know if I'd have been so speculative, but who knows? I'm not coaching or playing at this level, so at least anytime soon. German player too high at the rock. Oh, they get it out though. They get it out. Man, that ball, again, conditions, like so wet, so sloppy, really, really difficult to make a bunch of passes. And even just at the contact points, you're seeing sloppier ball. There you have it. Germany knocks the ball on in a tackle. that's a wet ball. That's something where that mistake probably doesn't happen. That's probably not a knock on in dry conditions. But in these conditions, absolutely, like it's much easier for that ball to slip away. So we got a penalty advantage, no advantage gained. What's Canada going to do with this? So this is maybe even a kickable penalty. It's about 30 meters out, pretty much right in front of the sticks. We're in stoppage time, but it's a penalty. So any score from Canada makes this a 3-score game, which is, I always like to think in margins of how many scores would it take to come equal or to go up. Not sure what Canada are going to do. Time for some more bacon. All right. Yep. Canada takes a scrum. I always like these attacking center scrums in sevens because you can do so much with it. You've got both directions. You can do movement behind the scrum. You can do a lot of attacking things off of a center scrum in sevens. Off of a center scrum in general, but especially in sevens. I mean, it's basically a 3-on-3. The defensive scrum half, if they can push really well, can help himself. But at the same time, you can do so many things even with your scrum half darting off of that attacking scrum. Okay, so another penalty to Canada. This one they kick for touch. So we're going to get a line out here. We're a minute 15 into stoppage time of the first half. This would be a big score. So Canada's immediately looking deep on their line out. And they execute again. Second line out. Second time Canada goes deep. They execute really well on that. That's great work from their thrower, and they obviously trust that thrower very much if they're going to go. So Canada's like 3 meters away. They obviously trust that kicker a lot. That thrower a lot if they're willing to throw deep, even in these bad conditions like this. And another penalty to Canada. They tapped this one. What's the call? Oh, he said knock on at the try line. Okay. That's a big stop from Germany, actually, at the end of that. Canada had that's like a 2-minute possession, multiple penalties, no score. So Canada up 14-0 on Germany here at halftime. Yeah, the camera on field looks pretty good and shows it. But as soon as they come at the break, they come back to like the camera on top of the stadium. It's just it's wet. It's very, very wet. You can see the rain all over that camera lens. Brutal conditions. Always be ready to play the conditions. This is a textbook example. You're seeing more kicking and chasing, more just territorial chase stuff, and you're seeing a little bit more ball handling errors, especially some of the passes not going to hand, but even more so, you're seeing these knock-ons in the contact zone in a tackle situation, and you've got to chalk that up to just this wet ball. So, all right, so. What else we got? Anything else? We talked vertical switch. We talked about different kick receive looks from these teams. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic about the USA. So I think we're first or second in these standings. USA at this point would really have to screw this up to not end up being top 4 in this. So we got Montevideo this week, and I'm trying to think. There's another South American tournament in sevens too. Next week, I'm trying to see. Let's double check. Where is that at? Oh man, we might even, if this baby naps really well, we might even make it to the second USA game because USA plays Uruguay at just before 1:00 my time. Oh man, Argentina. Oh no, that's women's. Argentina, Kenya women play at 12:30. Sao Paulo. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, I knew it was a South American location. I couldn't remember if it was Argentina or Brazil. So yeah, Canada 14, Germany 0. And what do we got here? I panned away. So yep, second half kickoff coming. Yeah, it's same thing. Very different kick receive setup. Oh, Canada, that's a great kick from Canada. So they go deep, lands it in the field of play, one hop into touch. Now Germany have a line out like 12 meters away from their own line. That's a really good tactical kick from Canada off of that second half restart. Okay, nope. And Germany overthrew the line out, but then Canada knocked it on here on the next phase of play. So let's see. First, this is probably the first. Oh, no. Sorry, they're buried again. I forgot. No, I was gonna say this is the first good attacking platform for the Germans, but not really. They're in their own 22 still. Again, center-ish scrum. So let's see what they do on this first phase. Like I said, as a coach, I love these as long as I feel good about my set piece. And if I've got like even just a scrum half and a fly half who can move, yep, there we go. Breakaway. I think he's going to take this to the house if he can win the race. Simple play with some action back to the short side. Scrum half draws one just enough. Gives it to a speedster who's, I don't know if that was a fly half or the center, but it was the guy who was like kind of behind the scrum area. And then he just keeps the ball in two hands, takes his gap, and then takes it to the house. Really good work. It's got I'd be interested. I'm not sure what position that is. I don't know any of these German players, and I don't know where they put where these guys play positionally. But that right there was an excellent demonstration. Where'd we go? The kick go through or not? Come on. Now they're showing the replay. Yeah. Nope. Just a little bit of movement behind the scrum and get the ball, like draw one, get the ball to a fast guy, let the fast guy be fast. Super simple. Nothing complicated about that play from Germany. Just worked. Yep. Okay. He made the conversion there. So Canada 14, Germany 7. We're 5 minutes into the set. Oh, and Canada makes a mistake. Germany looks like Germany's tackled them into their own try zone. That's going to be a 5-meter scrum to the Germans. Let's go. Let's go, Deutschland. All right. Wow. This has swung. Germany coming out swinging here in the second half. A good, simple play. Put a player at number 99. Number 99 scored that try for Germany. Oh, then he makes the big tackle into the try zone as well. Big swing. It shows you how like the margins in sevens are so thin. So German scrum. Let's see what they do on this one. See if they do the same look. Literally the exact same play. Yep, exact same play, and then he kind of barrels over. Doesn't need as much space. He just needs to get it 5 meters. They put it in from the left side, from the loose head side, and then the scrum half ends up like gets to the back of the scrum at the ball, and then he looks back to his loose head side. He draws. He's able to hold just that the defending scrum half. All right, and then he just puts it to his fly half coming off there. Good, like exact same play. Very different situation, but exact same play. And that one goes through again. So we're 14-14, all tied up. Yeah. Exact same. But the difference, I will say, though, this was in small space. So this was the exact same look. He puts it in the same side of the scrum, draws that defending scrum half, comes back to the way where he came from. And then Germany does the exact same thing with that restart. They go deep. Well, the one hop. Whoa. They did exactly what Canada did to them on the opening second half restart. Canada now deep kick just in the field of play, one hop into touch. Now Canada's got to line out 5 meters from their own defending try line. A little bit of movement. Canada again go deep, man. That line out thrower from Canada has just got to be lights out. I mean, he has been. They've had 3 line outs, all 3 of them they throw deep. This one they actually had some movement. They called a not releasing penalty on the German defense there. So Canada, a little bit of a let off the gas. Canada looks like they're going to kick to touch on this penalty. We've seen a penalty or two not go to touch. Yep. No, I think he hoofed that well. He's not going to let that not find touch. Let's see if Canada goes deep again. This is their 4th attacking line out of the game. All 3 of the first ones, they've thrown these deep in really challenging conditions. You can see Germany, you can see the German adjustment. Yep. Nope. Then Germany was not going to get beat. Oh, and then that ends up going to touch. Oh, but we got a penalty to Germany. They're seeing the Canadian player push the player off the ball. Okay. Yeah, Germany's going to take a scrum here. All right. I like this. Really good adjustment from the German defensive lineout. The first 2 of them, like Canada just beat them cleanly to that back throw. On the 3rd one, they forced Canada to do a little movement. So they had to show the movement to the front and give the front option. And then they went back. Same thing on this 4th one. Germany was even quicker to adjust to it, and they get a hand in there and make it messy. It went into touch, but you had the penalty first. So scrum to Germany. Basically the same play, but narrow. It looks like they made a sub. Number 99 is off, and I think they put another smaller fellow in there. So ball's on the deck, but Germany's still got it. They're pushed back to about midfield here. Canada being selective about when they bring ruck pressure. That's relatively thoughtful. Oh, Germany got a little bit of a look on that. Oh, good cover tackle near the edge by the Canadian defender. Yep, and then they win the not releasing penalty. That was really well played defensively by the Canadians. So 14-14, we got about a minute left in this match. It's we're right now on a minute. Right now on a minute. Canada has the ball. Whoever scores next is going to win. Oh, he kicks it through. He kicks it through. Both players go to deck, going for the ball. He's calling a knock advantage to Germany. Okay. So Germany playing this knock advantage about 10 meters away from their own line. Let's see. I would imagine has he set advantage over because they've got solid possession, and then and then the German player just kicks a kind of a high ball. Oh, I think he got a knock on from yes. Oh, Germany's going to have a scrum. Well, that was interesting. So they had a man like kind of in the pocket back behind the ruck, and he just kicks it like highball kicks it basically. It's scrum half to the man behind him, kicks a high ball like 30-ish meters downfield. Challenging conditions. Canadian mishandles it. Well done. Really well done. I was kind of curious about that when he did it, but like you could see it's brutal weather there in Montevideo. You could see how tough that was for the Canadian player. They're showing the replay and he's like struggling underneath the ball. The ball ends up further behind him than he thought, and then he ends up knocking it forward. So we are coming to full time here right now. So full time. Germany are going to get this attack. Yep. Okay, we got a scrum. Or no, sorry. Penalty to Germany. So we are in stoppage time. It is 14-14. Let's see what they do with this. Let's see. They're going to call a scrum again. Okay. I like this from Germany. This would be, you'd say somewhat of an upset. Like I said at the start of this game, German rugby's definitely has made a lot of progress in the last decade, and they're headed in the right direction. Their sevens team, they beat the USA once in the previous tournament. I really liked what I've seen from them the second half. This has been good, smart rugby. Nothing particularly fancy from the Germans, just good simple plays executed. Okay, now this time it looks like they're going wide to the right. Oh, that pass goes high. It's on the deck, but they clean it up. Oh, no, 99 is still out there. Man, he's feisty. Little dude with a scrum cap. Yeah, Germany are playing to win this. Okay, draw and pass down the left sideline. Can he go? Oh, another offload. Good scrambling defense. Man, the offloads keep coming from Germany. They are into the Canadian half. They're at about the 10-meter line. Pick and go down the left sideline. I think he's going to run out of support. Nope. They're going to keep playing that. Good. Really good scrambling ruck support from Germany. Couple of offload. Man, really good in depth. This has been like just this last possession has been the most dynamic. And there it is, 99. He's going to finish that for Germany. Let's go. Wow. Let's go. What's up, Mustang Gaming? How you doing? We're watching a little sevens here. Man, that's a huge W for German sevens. Huge win for the Deutschlanders. Yes, they look about as excited as Germans get up there in the stands. So, I'm seeing a little bit of stirring from the baby on the monitor. So we might not be here too much longer. Yep, conversion. He made the conversion too. Okay, 21-14. Germany beats Canada. That's a big result. That is a big result. I'm going to stay baby's stirring, but not making a fuss. So I might be able to get through one more match here. Let's see who we got next coming up on this. And then I think I'm going to have to go back into dad mode for a while. USA men play. Let me check the time on this. USA men play Uruguay in about an hour and change. So let's see. Next we got South Africa women versus China. Okay. So we got three. Okay. I think it's like three and then three and then three. Yeah. Cause these are the competition. It's round robins with 6 teams. So yeah, we got 3 games women, 3 games men, 3 games women, 3 games men. So that's how that's going to alternate. So we might get going. Yeah, babies. No, looks like quieted down, laid down. We're good. We're good for now. So we're gonna get into a little bit of women's stuff here. So yeah, South Africa, China, and then we'll see. So the USA men are back at it in Oh man, this looks. I think they're ahead. I think there's going to be a break actually. Hold on. Yeah. There's going to be a break here. That's what it is. So okay, well maybe we'll go dad mode for a little bit right now. Oh yep. There's more stirring from the baby. So let's see if allowed. I'll be back. So USA men are again at 12:57 Central Standard Time. So that's about just over an hour and a half from now. So that's the first match of the next round of men's games. Kenya's got Canada, Germany's got Belgium. All right. And then USA's last game of today, it looks like USA Canada is at 3:45. So I think one of those two I'll probably be able to come back on here. But yeah, probably look for me to get on live at least once more today. This has been fun. Thank you all for being here. Like, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Hope maybe if you go back and watch the replay of this, we talked vertical switches, and we talked some of the different kick receive formations that you're seeing now in international rugby at those restarts. But I'm going to keep watching this, but I ain't putting my baby on the internet, and I need to focus on the baby when it's baby time. So, she's chilling in there. So, yeah, hopefully, let's go USA. When we come back here against Uruguay. Man, that's going to be a tough one against Uruguay. Uruguay is really good. But yeah, I'm with Mr. Peter there from before. Like after the USA, Kenya battled so good. The USA just two conversion differential essentially, and was all over the USA for most of the first half. But all right, so basically 1 p.m. USA Uruguay, and then 3:45 p.m. USA versus Canada. So one of those two for sure I'll be back for, but check on in. Thank you for being here. I love rugby, American rugby. We can do it. Let's go. Appreciate y'all.